Hello guys, Arken here. I just want to take some time to tell you guys that we have a Patreon set up for the channel. It's an additional way you can support us. So I will put the link in the YouTube cards and in the description. Thanks for checking it out and I hope you enjoyed the video. Hello guys, Arkan here. I am the darkness in the light, the flower on the wall, and the resplendent nightfall. Welcome back to Flaming Flagon. This time, I will be pursuing another patron, and I am really curious about Khaleb, so let's find out more about him. You're in the middle of wondering how you could already be out of clean platters to serve the food when your eyes fall toward the back of the tap room. It's that badger and his friends again, up to making their usual noise, it looks like. Only this time, you notice that there's a big pile of finished plates stacked on the table between them, rising almost to the height of one of the chairs. Whoa, those guys must have ordered a whole feast tonight, huh? I can't believe I didn't notice. As you're going over, ready to collect the plates for washing, though, something pops into your mind, a word of warning from Gunther. He had told you to stay suspicious of any customers who got big meals and finished them in a short amount of time. It was a possible sign that they were going to dine and dash, eating their fill before ducking out as soon as they saw an opportunity. And that kind of behavior definitely wouldn't surprise you with these three from what you've seen of them so far. Bah! Scrap metal, leaves, and some twine? Is that what you said that thing was actually made of? Oh man, Khaleb dude, it's just too smooth every time I see you pull one over on chumps like that. But how did you get the stone in the middle of it to glow like it was the real deal? I thought you said your affinity couldn't make light. Hey, top marks. That's right, buddy boy. It can't. Nothing's to say, though, that I couldn't hire a guy to magic up some chunk of glass for me so that it shined just how you'd think a real relic would. Man, to think I was worried about what would happen if we came back empty-handed to a client like that. That dungeon he sent us to really kicked our butts. Khaleb reaches over to grab one of the hound's nipples and twists it hard enough to make him whimper. You mean that dungeon really kicked your butt when you were stupid enough to get caught in that damn shock cage trap, huh? I'd figure you two mutts ought to know enough by now to show a little more appreciation for the guy who keeps saving your crummy lives. Hey, don't look at me, bro. I'm just happy to be getting to eat all this food off of the Baron's coin. Fuck, I don't think I remember my gut feeling this stuffed since the last time I went home from mating season. Excuse me? As the three turn to look up at you, any and all traces of cheer have vanished from their faces. They're really not sparing any effort to make you feel as though you didn't just intrude on them. So, how was everything? Would you mind terribly if I left you the bill now? They exchange glances, and the hound even points at you with his thumb while snickering to the others. Yeah, sure. We don't mind nothing. He takes out a pretty sizable blue velvet pouch, filled almost to burst with coins, and drops it on the table. It lands heavily right next to where he'd left his utensils, sending a spoon and knife clattering onto the floor. Tell you what, though, I'll let you fish however much of a tip you want out of this, if only you'll get me one more thing. Oh, well, of course. What'll it be? A pair of whatever undies you got on you right now. Gently used, if you don't mind. What? The other two break out again into laughter once they see how much of a rise that got out of you. What's the matter? I know you ain't gonna going commando under there or nothing. I've been seeing those pretty delicate things poking up out of those shorts all night, even now. You immediately look down and self-consciously go to pull up your pants. He was right. Why do you want them? Because I got a weakness for adorable little pups like you, see? He throws one of his beefy arms over the hyena wolf's shoulders and then gently lowers his hand down across his back. You look on in shock as he gropes a handful of ash right in front of you, making his friend visibly shudder under the force of his iron grip. But bro... Whoa! I mean... I don't know, I don't really think I know you that well at all to just let you go with a favor like that. Okay, in that case, let's get around to making friends then. Go ahead and ask me anything you'd want to know. Ask him anything you'd want to know? What would you even have to say to a guy like him? Just who exactly are you three? Us? We're an adventuring party. Duh. What did you think we are, huh? Some clowns from a traveling circus troupe? Cause I left the last guy what thought that gasping and groaning somewhere off deep in the sewers, I'll tell you what. Can it, Trei? No one wants to hear about that one hobo you blew for a shiny pebble. Anyways, folks around these parts call us the Renegades. Any type of gig you might want covered, we'll take on the job. Provided, of course, that you're willing to accept the special conditions of how we work. Just some more adventurers, huh? Honestly, I never would have guessed. You guys sure don't look or act much like any other adventurers I've ever seen. Why is that, huh? Is it cause we look more like a bunch of bandits to you, or something? Well, what's a good way for me to tell them they do, without making them mad? Don't sweat it at all, kid. We're used to every other yutz making that call as soon as they see us. It's a fucked up, judgmental world out here. Ain't nobody gotta act like they're perfect in it. Wouldn't kill him to go and try for our sakes a little more, though. Since when do you care about what some randos think of you? Since they started calling me all these mean names whenever they'd catch me making off with their stuff. Oh, oops, I mean, me taking interest on my cut of the pay. Did I overhear you swindled somebody? Hey, buzz off, if all you're gonna do is pry into our business. But I just... What do you want? Huh? It's cool, Arek. It's cool. Let me explain. So, you know how Felda's got this big hotshot baron lording over it, yeah? Well, he hired us to do a small favor for him. Small was his word for it, anyway. But after dipping one toe in that mess of a place he sent us to, I'd swear it was anything but. We barely lasted for 30 minutes. That dungeon sent us packing. It wasn't gonna die, not for no amount of gold or glory, or whatever else it is that usually gets us tickled. But it also wasn't fair just letting it all go like that. My balls almost got put in the ground cause of it. Woo! Yeah, bro. We love you too, bro. So yeah, I figured I didn't want to just let the Baron get off scot-free with this big damn lie. We went back to him, anyway, and played a little old trick that somehow still has chumps fallen for it to this day. Wait, but it sounds like you just faked completing a job because you were mad about not being able to do it. The whole table shoots you a bunch of vicious glares. Hey, clean the grease out of your ears, if you have to. I just said we figured out the Baron lied to us about the mission first, and so we figured it was only fair to give him a lie back and still keep the money. One good turn deserves another, they say. Uh-huh, and now we're paying that forward, celebrating a job done right by having a few good meals here at your place of business. You're welcome for that, by the way. You haven't heard very much about Felda's Baron before, so you can't claim to know anything about his character yourself. But could somebody in a position like that really be trying to take advantage of adventurers by sending them on dangerous missions? Shouldn't the town be valuing the adventurers, who are bringing it more wealth and fame, if anything? I'm sorry, I'll drop the topic now. It was wrong of me to assume. Why are you all so noisy every night? Noisy? Noisy? Not as noisy as your dad the last time I pumped him fat full of my load, I bet. Wait, are you saying you know my dad? Huh? Oh my gosh, where is he now? What's he been doing? Is he looking for me? Did he somehow get himself hurt and that's why he hasn't come here to get me yet? What the hell? Kid, it was just an insult. Calm down. Yeah, like, for real. Oh. Sorry about that. I guess I got the wrong idea. Anyway, about the noise, right? Was there anybody complaining to you about how loud we was being while having fun? Huh? Oh, well, yes, actually. A couple of the other patrons have complained to me about it before. Now seemed as good a time as any to say something about it, I thought. Uh-huh. Well, would you mind passing on a response from me to these other patrons when you get a chance? Oh, sure thing. Fuck off and go get your whistle wet at home, if you don't like it. I hate pansies who think that anywhere that's public owes them crap. No one's forcing them to be stuck here with us, just like no one's forcing us to be stuck here with them. But you see us dealing just fine and dandy, right? I mean, it's not at all very considerate of the people who come here to relax and find some peace after a long day. The answer's still too bad. They can meet me outside and try to win me over with their fists, if they feel so much about it. I can give you a tip, though. Just keep the food coming and then we'll maybe have no reason to be so loud as we would otherwise. Heh, second to that. Would you be interested in tail service? Oh, wow. All of their eyes go wide and maws fall open after seeing that you really have the boldness to ask them that up front. They don't seem so much surprised at your offer as they are delighted by it, though. You think, well, hell no. I had a feeling this place had other good things to offer besides new food and cheap drinks, but I wasn't really sure what it was. Alright then, Fluffbutt, tell me what's your angle with it. I'm all ears. My angle? Yeah, you know, like price, location, limits, who's bringing what, if there's gonna be a group discount. I thought it was standard stuff, really. Oh, well, Wait. Don't tell me you was trying to hook us without knowing any of it. Jeez, what kind of clueless pup are you? You think he's acting out a part for us, bro? Like, only pretending to be some ditzy stiff-ass waiter to show us how he likes to play? Oh, yeah, that's actually super hot, now that I think about it. Just imagine, he's an honest, cul-de-sac kid with big dreams, but all he's ever known is his shitty dead-end gig working at a tavern. That is, until curiosity gets the better of him, and he has a run-in with us. And one night of sweet love-making at a time, he becomes addicted to a whole new world of possibilities. So much that he decides to leave his awful boss in the lurch, and then... The badger reaches over and punches him in the crotch. Ah! Sounds like you've got us interested, kid. Alright, we'll give you a try. Just slip us the details whenever you get a chance, and we can plan for some fun. Okay. Yeah, sure, definitely. What the heck just happened? I barely even got to say 2 words for myself. No more questions. Well, how about it then? Feel like you know enough about us to not get all shrinky over my proposition? Oh, right, that. Truth be told, you were kind of hoping that these talks would get him to forget about asking you for your delegates. So you wanted him to forget about him asking for your underwear, but then you offered him tail service, which is much more than your underwear. Okay. Well, do you give him the underwear? We're gonna give him tail service, so just give him the underwear. Yes. Okay, sure. You've got a deal. You briefly excuse yourself to the backyard, where you change out of your underwear. For just the rest of tonight, you don't think you'd mind it that much if you went without any. You return with them neatly folded in your paws and present them to the badger. Here, these are as freshly used as they come. That's so, eh? Well, I'll be damned. That's good service. He snatches them from you and then proceeds to press them up against his nose, drawing out a long, deep sniff right in front of you. He doesn't seem to be even a little put off at the surprise on your face after seeing this kind of flippancy. So, bro, how's he doing down there? The hound is already leaning in close, trying to catch a whiff of it too. In response, Khaleb turns around, acting like he's about to graciously hand them over. Instead, though, he goes at the last second to hook them over his friend's horns, letting the underwear snap tightly over the hound's eyes and muzzle. He and the other one laugh again, as Trei struggles at first to pull them off before easing back down the more he breathes through them. You watch him give a thumbs up and grunt his approval at your scent. Nice. Guess it's definitely a vibe, then. Khaleb ends up giving you a fistful of coins to pocket along with the payment for their meals. You receive a 20 coins tip. Wow. You're left wondering if maybe doing that was actually going to end up encouraging their bad behavior into becoming something more. Bond unlock with Khaleb. Okay, let's continue with them. Khaleb. You are now serving Khaleb and company. Let's chat. You go to Khaleb's table after hearing him loudly call you over. Yo, kid, we need something over here. Yes, what is it? Oh, please don't be trouble with another patron again. The boys and I are bored. Entertain us with something, will ya? Huh? With what? It's not like I'm here as a performer. I don't know. We got a request here. It's your job to try and take care of it somehow, right? Why don't you think up some good ways to keep us talking for a bit? You're always wasting time yammering with all the other chumps here, anyway. Well, I guess... Can you think of any questions you've been meaning to ask them? Why are the three of you always together? Why wouldn't we be? I mean, we told you we're a team and all. Yeah, but like, I don't think I've ever seen a friend group that spends so much time together like you three do. You thought we've been calling each other bro so much for the heck of it? Nah, that's what being a renegade means, you see. Brothers by choice, even stronger than blood, and lovers with hearts more wicked than fate. That's sort of the motto we roll with to sum it up. It was Trei who thought it up too, the name and the saying, if you can believe it. I can tell you straight away, I still don't. Oh, that's interesting. What inspired you to come up with that for your team? It came to me in a dream, and I just thought it sounded real cool, you know? That may be the quietest you've ever heard him speak. But anyways, yeah, we being the fearsome renegades like to think of ourselves as more than just your average band of mercs. We're sworn for each other to help make it best we can in this shitpot world, take us to thieves, and that ain't always figurative neither. Oh woo woo! Hell yeah, bro, you're the best out there. We love y'all. That's right, and you do best to remember the name Renegades for as long as you can. Cause our names are gonna be up there with the real legend someday, you hear? Yeah, sure, I'll take care to keep that in mind. How would it even be possible for me to forget their name when they keep shouting it all the time? Okay, let's continue with them. You're now serving Khaleb and company, chat. You find the time to approach the Renegade's table again. They all make eyes at you coming towards them unprompted. Was there something else you thought of to ask them? Why do you always seem to have issues with the food? And what's that supposed to mean? Well, you know, it just feels as though every time you three order food here, at least one of you has some kind of complaint to make about it. This pudding's too milky, or this bowl doesn't have enough soup in it, stuff like that. It's not our fault if your kitchen makes mistakes. Yes, but every time? With every dish? Well, maybe if you guys ever made stuff better in line with our refined tastes, we'd have less reason to give you complaints. Okay, which would be? You're really open to taking our requests on this? Yep, Anything to keep them from calling me over so much, honestly. Neat, I want to see something that's real special and wows all around, you know? Stuff that got sliced truffles in it, the good stuff. Or what about some of those fish eggs you hear about, the tiny black ones? Oh, or how about some real gold that you just take and shred all over the food till it sparkles? Are you kidding? Those ingredients are gonna cost a fortune to find. Well, I don't know about the rest of yous, but lately I've been itching to try a live animal like I hear some folks will eat on a dare. It's usually something like small tentacles, so I guess I'd be down. Especially if you serve it to me with a little sauce on the side to help it go easier. No way am I putting something like that on the menu. Do you have any idea how dangerous that sounds? Damn, you boys got some good answers. Looks like I'm gonna have to be the chump who gives a boring one, but hey, at least it's honest. Okay, kid, listen up good. After mulling it over, I think what I'm famished about the most here is the lack of any real bite to the menu. Bite? Yeah, bite. Punch, kick, whatever it is you'd want to have done to you. Point is, the food's gotta be the kind of stuff that'll make you recoil in your seat after taking the first bite. Getting past that makes it all worth the experience. And if you ask me, the best way to have that effect is by pickling or fermenting, but I'm sure there's other ways too. Ingredients that are pickled or fermented to the point that they... Yeah, I can't really imagine how you'd get anything from that besides food that's just straight up rotten. Well, you've all certainly given me a lot to think about, for sure. I'll definitely go have a talk with my boss about it later and see what we can do. Sweet, I'll be looking forward to guzzling down a whole bucket of saffron tea next time. Crud. Okay, one more try for Khaleb. You're now serving Khaleb and company. You find the time to approach the Renegades' table again. They all make eyes at you, coming towards them unprompted. Was there something else you thought of to ask them? What's it like always causing so much trouble? The three of them noticeably tense up and pass around a few uncertain looks. You asking us that cause you wanna gloat or cause you heard the rumors? What? No, I'm asking to be serious. What rumors? It's hard, kid. Growing up with the types of backgrounds we all got in common's hard. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't know what to trade in my lived experience for, if I could. But it's hard, because of what some people think of us the first time they get a good whiff. Oh. Well, I'm sorry if you three being who you are gets you looked down at by others. That must be terrible, but there has to be some way you could get everybody to relate. He laughs at that, sharply and cruel. So you're telling me you think you could never know what it's like being me? Or any of us? Kid, we're terrorists in this world, and you know what the word terror means? 'Cause it ain't just what you think of feeling when you snuff out the lights before bed. It's the way that all things fall apart after taking so long to get built. It's the things you and I don't know, but want ourselves otherwise. You can see it in a guy who's got an idea in his head that's just too scary brilliant to pass on for anything, and I mean anything. Or you can see it in a bad memory that doesn't want to leave the earth, the pain and regrets of somebody or something that got lost way too soon. Imagine now that you've got a piece of something like that baked into you when you're still young, like a cake made of shit. Every day of your life's bound to be a struggle, pushing back against that one question that always comes popping into your head. What if? What if? That much mayhem and doubt finds its way into your blood, if not your very soul. But society, being what it is, still expects you to try and act all normal for it. Best you can, at least, up till it decides it's tired. So that's just what me and the boys here do, and I like to think we've been doing pretty alright with it so far. Still sounds like the kind of thing you'd want to host a meet and greet about, though. Oh wow, I had no idea. Do you really have to live with so much bitterness over it, though? You don't know what I'd think to do to you right now if it wasn't for this room full of people here to judge me. Count your fucking blessings for it, pretty boy. Khaleb elbows Trei in the stomach, which is enough to get him to stop leering at you. But yeah, anyways, we've all got to learn to cope with our pasts in our own ways, some being more convincing at it than others. Take that big boss man of yours. I can tell he's been scarred by something real nasty before, plain as day. Wait, what? Gunther? No way! He's one of the kindest, most humble and supportive people. There's no way he'd have something so dark in common with you. You've got to be wrong. Hey, believe whatever it is you want, kid. It's your right. But just remember, despair ain't something you can just learn to get rid of or ignore once you got it. It stays with you, rattling about as it grows and grows, until the day what comes when you just can't stop it all from coming out in some big, beautifully ugly sort of way. I take it we're all done talking about this, then? It's closing time. The last wave of customers have taken their leave. We are done for today. Good job, Cub. You decide to have some drinks tonight as a treat. Once done, you feel refreshed and relaxed. Climbing into bed, you fall asleep almost at once. Next day. You hardly got any sleep at all, so are groggy and a bit cranky when you get up. Time to start the day. What to do now? Oh, can we develop recipes now? Coming soon. Oh, still coming soon. Okay, so last time I think we did lunch service, so let's help Gunther with cleaning again. After getting some breakfast, you join Gunther in cleaning work. With your combined efforts, you make quick work of the cleaning and soon the bar is ready for opening. Before you know it, the sun has set. After having dinner together, you and Gunther are ready to start the evening at the tavern.
It's about time. Get ready.
As Gunther opens the Flaming Flagon for the night, the guests start to take their seats. Who to serve? Okay, let's go back to Khaleb again. You're now serving Khaleb and company. I think we've asked all the questions in the chat, so let's just continue serving them. You bring out the Renegades' meals after struggling to listen to them talk over each other while giving you their orders. Every day, it seems that at least one of their dishes come out wrong, even though you know you wouldn't make those kinds of mistakes so easily. It would be fine, though, if they just didn't wait until they were already half done with the dish to let you know. At least they pay for what they don't send back, otherwise you're getting Gunther involved. Let's continue. Continue serving them. So let's just check again the bonds. Khaleb and company, the bond level cap is 1. Khaleb and company, troublemaker. So let's continue serving them. It's closing time. The last wave of customers have taken their leave.
We are done for today. Good job, Cub.
After the long day, you feel so tired you immediately pass out as soon as you get into your bed. Before we end the video, I would like to give a massive thank you to our patrons. Your support means more than the world to us. It means the galaxy to us. And a special shout out to AGN for becoming a Lightfall associate. Thank you so much. Check out patreon.com/arkandray07 to be a patron today. Ciao!